Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is me, Nadia Rajput from DESI TV USA. Let's have a look at the headlines. A special government committee monitoring petroleum supplies on Thursday discussed introducing a 4-day work week with reduced working hours. Trump says not currently considering U.S. ground forces in Iran. The raging Iran war, which has spread across the Middle East and beyond, entered its 7th day on Friday after Israeli forces announced a next phase. Let's look into detail. A special government committee monitoring petroleum supplies on Thursday discussed introducing a 4-day work week with reduced working hours and shifting educational institutions to virtual learning as part of possible energy conservation measures amid supply uncertainties linked to disruptions in the Strait of Hormuz. Officials said the committee examined the proposal as it remained divided over how far it to go in rolling out conservation steps. Some members cautioned that measures such as partially closing offices and institutions could fan publicly anxiety and trigger panic buying, while others argued that delaying action could quickly eat into national fuel reserves, leaving little room for maneuver if supply pressure deepened. The meeting, chaired by Finance Minister Mohammad Aurangzeb, reviewed multiple proposals aimed at reducing the consumption of petrol, diesel, and liquefied natural gas, whose prices have surged following supply bottlenecks and escalating geopolitical tensions. Despite differences over the pace of action, committee members broadly agreed that the government wouldn't be able to cushion the impact of rising global energy prices and would have to pass the full burden onto domestic consumers. The officials said that the majority of the members of the committee were of the view that the government should immediately trigger conservation measures on the lines of the COVID-19, but short of a lockdown of the markets. The proponents argued that any delay in taking these measures would reduce the stocks of the fuel.
I'm Alex Kalai, and I'm running against Democrat Congresswoman Lizzie Fletcher. Fletcher is opposed to deporting dangerous criminals and drug traffickers, but I believe we must deport these criminals to keep our families safe. Fletcher voted for higher taxes on first responders, hourly workers, and even on seniors. But I believe in letting Americans keep more of what they earn. I'm Alex Kalai, and I approve this message asking for your vote in the March 3rd Republican primary.
President Donald Trump said Thursday it would be a waste of time currently to consider sending U.S. ground troops into Iran, dismissing the Iranian foreign minister's warning that such a move would spell disaster for invaders. It's a waste of time. They have lost everything. They have lost their navy. They have lost everything they can lose, adding that Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi's earlier remark that Iran was ready for a U.S. or Israeli ground invasion was a wasted comment. Trump also indicated he is keen to see Iran's leadership structure removed and that we want to go in and clean out everything quickly. We don't want someone who would rebuild over a 10-year period, he said. He added that he had ideas for a new leader but declined to name anyone. Trump said earlier he would have to be involved in the appointment of Iran's next leader after U.S.-Israeli strikes killed Ayatollah Khamenei when the conflict began on Saturday. He rejected the possibility that Khamenei's son Mujtaba could succeed his slain father, dismissing him as a lightweight. Heavy attacks were reported in Tehran on Friday after Israel said it was hitting regime infrastructure in a new phase of the war it launched with the U.S. against Iran. The raging Iran war, which has spread across the Middle East and beyond, entered its 7th day on Friday after Israeli forces announced a next phase in the conflict and bombed Beirut's southern suburbs. The Israeli military had earlier issued an unprecedented evacuation warning for the entire area. Save your lives and evacuate your residences immediately. That sent residents fleeing in panic. The war has been felt as far away as the Sri Lankan coast, where a U.S. submarine, an Iranian warship, and Azerbaijan, which threatened retaliation after a drone hit an airport. On the political front, U.S. President Donald Trump rejected the possibility of Mushtaba Khamenei, son of the late Iranian Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, replacing his slain father, dismissing him as a lightweight. That's all for now. Keep watching DESI TV USA. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. And don't forget to watch our channels DTV NN and DESI Urdu TV.
I'm Alex Kalai, and I'm running against Democrat Congresswoman Lizzie Fletcher. Fletcher is opposed to deporting dangerous criminals and drug traffickers, but I believe we must deport these criminals to keep our families safe. Fletcher voted for higher taxes on first responders, hourly workers, and even on seniors. But I believe in letting Americans keep more of what they earn. I'm Alex Kalai, and I approve this message asking for your vote in the March 3rd Republican primary.
Now I am American. I have citizen.
I still have my Salvadorian passport and now I have my USA passport. I am a citizen of the US.
Khi cầm cái hộ chiếu Mỹ, con rất là tự hào mình là công dân Mỹ.
La ciudadanía para mí significa oportunidades.
Si ya tienen el tiempo que pueden hacerse ciudadanas, que lo hagan.
No pierde nada uno con intentarlo.
Como dicen en México, echándole ganas, todo se puede.
Neurological care is a pressing healthcare challenge in Pakistan. That's why Helping Hand USA is building Kind R, a world-class hospital with 130-plus clinics that is set to establish new standards for neurological care in Pakistan. As the first phase nears completion, anticipation is growing for the launch in the second half of 2025. Give zakat and sadaqah through Helping Hand USA today and join this historic endeavor to redefine future healthcare in Pakistan.